This is the Open G Tuning Tutorial Part 2. In this segment, we'll take a look at the chord fingerings associated with the key of G and how we're going to have to change those chords to accommodate this new tuning. Of course, to play the G major chord, we can just play the open 5 strings. To do an A minor, take the second finger, put it on the second fret of the 5th string, the third finger on the second fret of the 3rd string, and the first finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, and then we're going to mute this 4th string in the middle. Playing just those 3 notes gives us an A minor chord, but especially if we're playing in the key of G, I can get away with leaving a drone here, this D, on the 1st string. That's going to be a note that's not contained in A minor, but in context it should sound okay. To do a B minor, I'm going to take this same fingering, slide it up 2 frets, so that my 2nd and 3rd finger are on the 4th fret and the 1st finger's on the 3rd fret. This D drone will do just fine there because it's already in that chord. To do a C major, I'm going to take the 2nd and 3rd finger, slide it up 1 more fret to the 5th fret of the 5th and 3rd string, and then add the 4th finger to the 5th fret of the 2nd string. Still muting that 4th string in the middle, and then that open D drone on top is going to make this like a C add 9 sound, which is a very modern sound. I can take that same fingering, move that 2 more frets up to the 7th fret, and I'll get a D major. So of course the D on top will work great with that. Taking the 2nd and 3rd fingers up 2 more frets to the 9th, and then adding the 1st finger back on the 8th fret of the 2nd string, gives me an E minor. That drone will give me an E minor 7. And then taking the same fingering up 2 more frets gives me a fingering that I can use for the 7 chord, the F sharp diminished. In this case, of course, this would just be F sharp minor, but it's missing the 5th, which is what we have a flat 5 and a diminished chord. So this isn't actually an F sharp diminished, but it'll work over that chord. And adding the D in there almost makes it like a D major chord. It'll work just fine in that context. So that gets us through our chords that have the 5th string on the root. In our next segment, we'll look at playing these same chords with the root on the 6th string.
Hi, I'm Eric Monguet, and today I'm going to try and show you how to manage to play the silent fool. First chord right here is Harmonics, these 2 notes picked. So you just use your mid finger here to take the harmonics without touching these 2 strings.